Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile guide. This time we're not doing Legacy of the Duelist, as you can tell by the title of the video. No. This time we are doing a little game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force Special. Now, those who are not familiar with the game, this is a 2014 Nekroz era format for Yu-Gi-Oh! This is also an OCG kind of game because this was originally straight Japanese, but it's been good enough to get an English patch, or by fans made English patch, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so what this is an Evilswarm deck. Now, those not familiar with Evilswarms, this was a fairly hated deck, I want to say. Or at least I know Rada hates this for some odd reason. But Evilswarms are actually pretty fun, I would absolutely say this. I kind of picked this deck up on a whim, because I was like, hey, they have an Xyz monster called Bahamut, so I'm like, yeah, Tula, let's go ahead and do this. And lo and behold, turns out Xyz are really fun. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by this. So, what Xyz are... Wait, what the hell did I say? No. What Evilswarms are a basically like very heavy floodgate and disruption deck. This is especially exemplified by one of the key signature cards this deck has, called Evilswarm Ophion. If you know about Evilswarms, you probably know about this card anyway already, but if you don't, this card's really good. So, sorry for the wonky text, this fan translation is a little weird sometimes. Okay, so this thing packs two effects. One is, once per turn you can detach a material and pull an Evilswarm spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Pretty cool. The other one is really mean. While this card has Xyz material, level 5 or higher monsters cannot be special summoned. So... take into account what exactly that means. This means that you can't summon level 5 or higher monsters, like or special summon them, like a lot of synchro monsters, a lot of like Monster Reborn can't be used for big monsters, but this also heavily applies to your opponent, and therein is the fun part. Evilswarms are essentially a rank 4 toolbox. There's occasional level 3s in here to mix things up a little bit because of some utility factor, but for the most part, this deck is fan-fucking-tastic at just shutting on everything the opponent does if they're running synchros. This also fucks pendulums, even a lot of normal monsters, especially fusions. Fusions really take a heavy blow from this deck. The only problem, well, of course, for modern day, this also applies for link monsters, because link monsters do not have levels, but this especially goes for against other Xyz decks, because unless they're running like rank 5 or higher decks, because they would probably need to special summon bigger monsters. Yeah, no, this deck doesn't shut out Xyz summoning. That's the big problem, but it will make it hard for them to summon shit regardless. So yeah, this is a really good card. And then you get even better because you have stuff like Bahamut, which is really cool. It's essentially like an Archetypal Brain Control, except for a slightly less steep cost. All you need some materials to do it. You have yourself Thanatos, which allows it to become immune to opponent's monster effects. So you can essentially bypass stuff like Judgment Dragon's nuking effect, Red Dragon Archfiend's destruction effect for some baffling reason. This deck just has a lot of really good utility, and of course the big boy Evilswarm Ouroboros. A cool thing that's lore-wise about this deck is that these are all just like corrupted synchro cards. Like, Ophion, I think, is Gungnir from Ice Barriers. This is literally Trishula, this thing, I don't know what this thing is. And Bahamut, I think, was actually Brionic. So that's pretty cool lore stuff, if you're so into that. But yeah, Ouroboros is essentially kind of an archetypal Trishula. It doesn't engage everything all at the same time, but you can activate these individually once per turn. So that's pretty cool, even if you are locked out after you do them at one time. Of course, extra Titanite, because this thing is nuts. If you control less overall cards on the field than your opponent does, you can pop this thing, one material gone, boom, opponent's entire field is just immediately wiped away. So that's really cool. And then you have your generic rank 4 Xyz. I actually got this deck from a pretty interesting video on YouTube. I'm going to link it down below in the description, obviously, but essentially, this deck was constructed for a lot of like situational outs to various scenarios. Like number 85, Crazy Box. This thing is an actual dice roll, and despite the 3k body, you can't attack with it for some odd reason. But then you have things like Master Key Beetle. I know it does stuff. I haven't actually used it before. I know people like Maestroke, the Symphony Djinn. Abyss Dweller is pretty good for shutting down certain decks. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to describe every single card because you probably know what some of them are, like Cowboy, you know, burn 800 per game, fun stuff. Levier is here for an interesting reason. There's some various banishment shenanigans you can do with Rescue Rabbit, and I'll try to explain that as we go along, if I can do it. It's a little finicky to do, I don't have the timing down correctly, but it does do some fun stuff. So anyway, the individual cards themselves, by the way, I will be getting into some sample duels, but I won't fully explain what this deck essentially does. So, 3 Heliotropes, 1950 body is actually unique. So Evilswarms are also pretty known for having like a 50 at the end of their numbers to give them like a little distinction to separate them from their original counterparts, because each of these cards is from like Steel Swarms, other various decks. So it's pretty cool lore stuff. This comes from Duel Terminals, which tries a lot of really weird stuff. It's kind of cool actually. But yeah, Heliotrope has a really fat 1950 body for level 4. Really good stuff. Evilswarm Castor is ridiculous actually. Summon it, allow yourself to normal summon another Evilswarm card and consider all level 4s. That's all the better. Kerikaion, I just call him Kakyoin because, I mean, look at that spelling. Seriously, it's just straight up Kakyoin. This thing is essentially a revival tool. It's really cool. If you lose an Xyz monster, you can bring this guy out, banish the Xyz monster from your graveyard, bring a monster back from your graveyard to your hand, bring it out from your hands to the field, yada yada. Mandragora, free special summon if you don't have anything else. It's kind of like your Cyber Dragon, and even if you can't do the Cyber Dragon special summoning, you can still normal summon it, so that's really cool. Thunderbird allows you to do some shenanigans. Basically, if an effect is activated, you can just banish this thing. So that'll negate the targeting effect, and it'll screw up timing, and it comes back the next turn. So it's really hard to deal with for the opponent. Rescue Rabbit, because if you know about Rescue Rabbit, this thing can be banished to bring out 2 level 4s normal monsters, like these guys. Ryo, because it locks the opponent down, and it's kind of like an old school Thunder Dragon Colossus. It's really neat. This deck is actually really good, or this card used to be pretty feared. Tour Guide, so you can get into a rank 3 to unbanish something like Rescue Rabbit or something else that could be done with that. This deck was constructed by that guy I mentioned to have some really finicky like banishment gimmicks. You can trigger Rescue Rabbit's effect twice. It's really weird. So what you need is Gold Sarcophagus, banish it, pull a Tour Guide, bring it back, do that, banish it, and then, or you can summon it the first time, banish it then, bring out these 2, and then when it's banished, you can use rank 3, bring it back, and if you happen to have 2 of them in your deck, thanks to the Archetypal Trap card, you can pull it again. So this is kind of really freaking dumb. And then for various spells and traps, we'll get to those. Allure Darkness, obvious. Book of Moon, Disrupt Timing, and pretty good defense plays, good stuff. Forbidden Dress, 2 of them. Gold Sarcophagus. It's unfortunate that this thing was... Actually, I think in the time period this card was at 3. This is at 1 right now, and I'm pretty sure that's because of Thunder Dragons. I'm just guessing. Infestation Epidemic, or Infestation Pandemic, sorry I got that wrong. This card is really dumb. Make all your Evilswarm, basically just Evilswarms, but like it can apply for Steel Swarms as well if you want, I guess. This especially makes them immune to spell and trap cards for the turn. And considering it's a quick play, yeah, someone tries to pull a Mirror Force on you, negate that shit. Okay. Well, not negate, but make him immune. MST, because obvious. Reinforcement in the army, so you can pull out Castor for a quick plays. Really the big thing about Evilswarms is it's an attrition game. It's very heavy in attrition, so it's really more about lockdown. That's why you have 3 fucking Fiendish Chains, you have a Bottomless, 2 Mirror Force. Safe Zone is actually a pretty cool card. I used to be confused as to why you would use this, because you can't attack the opponent directly while you have a monster target with this thing. But it does make it so that Ophion can't be destroyed by monster effects or by battle. However, if someone targets Safe Zone, that's a different matter. But it's another layer of protection for this deck, and that is really, really cool. Or if you want to protect Bahamut in order to secure it for next turn plays, you can do that. You can also secure Ouroboros if you want to, I guess. I think the big target is Ophion. That's my initial guess. Then you have Solemn Warning, obvious. Turn to Tribute, obvious. Actually, a fun thing is Torrential Tribute, if you have Ophion hit with Safe Zone, will not destroy it. It's really, really cool, actually. So, this essentially makes it so Ophion has to be destroyed by back row, targeting this card, and it will target this. So that's really cool. As you can see, this deck is made, I guess to give like an accurate example, like this deck isn't a burn deck. It's not like a beatdown deck. This deck is all about like control and really whittling out the opponent. You know, like an example would be if you're fighting a Lightsworn deck. This deck is really good at making the opponent deck out. If you play it right. Judgment Dragon is still a pain in the ass as always, but you can make a Lightsworn player deck out. Pretty cool stuff. It's also just really good disrupting plays in general and making your opponent like really, really bad at mistimed plays. So yeah, in general, this deck is really solid. I would highly recommend giving this a shot if you have the chance. Only problem, Exotenite was banned at this point in time. I don't know why this card is in the deck. I think I might have included that myself to replace something else because Exotenite is, when you have the ban list removed from Tag Force Special, or you don't have to worry about the ban list, free game, dude. Holy crap. Okay. So, let's go ahead and do some sample matches. This will be pretty fun. And of course, I'm doing this in 5Ds, so I can show off how well this deck is able to shut down Synchro decks. A lot of Synchro cards traditionally are really high level, or have high levels, so this is pretty good. So the crap with opening hand. I can still make some decent stuff, though. Gonna hold off on Thunderbird for a turn, though. Yep, burned his normal summon. Go ahead and lock him down. Oh my, okay. Well, we're off to a great start. This deck is usually very not prone to getting bricks like this, but this is probably the exception to the rule, I'm gonna say. Force Resonator, interesting. However, Jack Atlas's decks usually do rely a lot on like bigger plays, so I can still probably mess him up a little bit this way. Actually, I'm gonna use Safe Zone on Thunder King Ryo because Jack is really gonna have a hard time if he can't go into his big plays off the start. Go ahead and lock you down. You can also use it on the opponent's cards so that way they can't attack you directly. It's another defensive option if you so choose. Hey, there we go. Now we're in there. Wait a sec. Deck to the hand. Okay. Luckily, deck to the field is not a part of that stipulation, so good stuff. Swear to God, you have to be a lawyer sometimes to play adequate Yu-Gi-Oh! Without the training wheels of playing a game, but yeah. Alright, so unfortunately, he does have 3 face down cards. This deck is not usually great at taking care of a lot of the opponent's cards, but if you can manage it, it can do pretty well. So first of all, Ophion. This is usually where your plays start, I'm gonna say. So with Ophion out, apparently I can't. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't add from my deck to my hand. I can work with this though. This is not bad. Next turn, I'm gonna go ahead and use you for a rank 4 material. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. Drop you. Luckily though, I can still swing, so this will not be too bad. Yeah, Safe Zone just makes it so that my card can't attack him directly. You know, Thunder King Ryo. But I can still destroy monsters, which is a pretty good second, I would say. Fiendish Chain. Why does everyone in 5Ds run Fiendish Chain? I swear to God. Okay, so that's a problem. Ophion still got a 2550 fat body. Pretty good stuff. Unfortunately, he is now free to tap dance on my grave if he wants to go into a synchro. That sucks. Or he can brick. You know, either or. Actually, let's see. Go into this. It's also free on my back row. That's kind of important. So, I could do Exotenite, but nah. I don't think I have the requirements to make that adequate just yet. Actually, what do you do? Flip something face down. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna go with Silent Honor Arc. It's usually a good fallback, I find. Should hopefully destroy Safe Zone. Nope. Okay, then. That sucks. Unfortunately, Fiendish Chain is... What the hell is that? Your opponent's monsters cannot declare attacks. Okay, I don't remember when the hell Jack Atlas actually got these kinds of lockdown cards, but this is kind of obnoxious. This is, hilarious and terrible. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait a turn. I'm gonna let him summon something, pop it with Bombless. Okay. Come on. Oof. I mean, I can also bleed you out. Sure, why not? Why the hell not? Oh, wait, that's right. Ryo is gone, so I can do this now. Burn one of my materials. And I'm still in the Phoenix chain. I forgot that part, actually. That's unfortunate, but every turn that goes by, he is still losing 1,000 life points, so... I mean, fair game, I guess. Why not? I'll give him a target, see if he wants to swing at it or something. Seriously, Jack never goes to, this kind of level control deck. This is weird. And he's got 5 monsters. Why do you have 5 monsters on the field? Is Ophion's effect still in effect or something? That can't be right. Ah, well, whatever. Still getting more materials on the field. I can deal with this. Actually, I could probably do something to bypass this right now. Let's see. Thanatos, unfortunately, it's only unaffected by other monster effects, so it can't, like, spin something back to the deck. What duel has that can actually spin something back to the deck anyway? Yeah, we can have some fun and try out the freaking number 85. Why not? There is a chance I'll get a bad draw, or a bad roll, but screw it. Why not? I could also be dumb and use like Torrential Tribute, but nah. I've actually never used this thing before. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Why the hell not? 2. I got a +1. That's fine. Why not? I'm seriously starting to think though that I don't know, something is weird. Why would he place everything face down? Strange. Ah well, so you allow me to bring up one more. Good stuff. Again, this deck is really good at the consistency factor. Except for when I guess it's not, but you know, details. So he still can't attack me. I can't attack him. Or he shouldn't attack me. This is fun. I like this game. Sure, why not, Jack? Keep bleeding yourself out. If I had one free space around here, if you want to summon or you want to do something, I could pop this. But I cannot do so, so whatever. But again, this is the fun thing about Evilswarms. I can just... It's so good at floodgating and just locking people down. I'm pretty damn sure the reason he's not doing anything at the moment is because he's not really able to. Nor does he want to try anything. This is hilarious. I didn't even think he had as many monsters. I am legit having fun right now. This is amazing. Go one more. Hey, Destiny draw. There we go. You gotta try something or what? Or he can kill himself for me. I mean, that wasn't quite the example I wanted to give, but sure, why the hell not? I'll try against Dragon. He's got a bunch of level 3s and level 4s, so he'll be able to get stuff against me, but I don't think he'll be able to summon the big guys. I don't think. Could be wrong about that, though. Alright, start with the Rescue Rabbit. Go ahead and banish it. Unfortunately, I've already lost my banish target for Gold Sarcophagus, but it's not really a big deal, because I can just bring something up and have it summon later. You know, just thinking a few steps ahead at any given moment. This is generally a pretty good idea. Let's put Magic Aura up for adoption later. And it's all morning down too. Alright, so this is usually the ideal scenario. You kind of sometimes want to go first with this deck. If you go first, drop Ophion. If you go second, drop Bahamut. The reason being is because Ophion, you know, is a great floodgate. If you go Bahamut, you can steal opponent's card, as in monster. So this is going pretty good. Let's see what we can do. I gotta say though, Tag Force moves way faster than Legacy of Duels. I can get stuff done adequately like this. I could probably switch out Mandragora for something else. You know what? Let's actually show it off. Infestation Infection. This trap card is really cool. Let's go ahead and show it off in full. So what I can do is I can spin an Evilswarm monster, or Steel Swarm, I guess, from my field or my hand into the deck, and I can draw a different one. This does not, unfortunately, work for Xyz cards, but what this does allow me to do, I can spin you back, and pull up something else. I'm going to go with Castor because that's usually the one you want. Of course. Not the best thing in the world, but I can work with this. Ryo would be really good for, you know, just stunning the opponent. Again, 1900 body, always generally pretty good. You know what? Let's just go ahead and go for it. Why not? Now to think... Oh, okay, you can do that too. Sure. I gotta love that solemn judgment, huh? Alright, so also... you usually only want to pop its ability to search the trap cards once, or the spell cards, because if it has no materials, and again it can only use it twice, you are out of the lockdown. So right now, I am pretty good because I have one material left. If I burn it one more time, I won't. So yeah, I only burn both materials when I know I'm going for the kill. So that's a pretty good state of mind you want to have with this deck. Also, if I wanted to, I could have actually summoned this thing. And, oh wait, no, then it would have been... Oh no, wait, that would have been better. If I had summoned Castor and he hit that with Solemn Warning, I could have pulled it back with an Infestation, and it would just immediately negate the targeting. And he would have burnt 4K for nothing. So that's pretty good. And a face down. Okay, I understand that game, homie. Near Force. Again, this deck is really all about the stunning. So anytime you get a bunch of trap cards, don't worry. That's usually part of the idea. Bunch of back row here in case shit goes south. What's that other face down? Venus Chain, right. Not too bad. In truth, I could probably swing right now and start dealing damage to him, but I know that he does have monsters that have about 2k defense. I can roll that dice. That's not bad. Not a bad thing. Go ahead and maximize damage. Yep, 1800. I thought so. Oh shit, that was a search card. Does that thing have... I don't think it has great defense. No, it doesn't. Okay, so now a fun thing. If I wanted to right now, I could spin back Castor and save the double summon for later. But I'm actually going to go ahead and go into a new rank 4 right now. Just in case things start going a bit south. Or I can go to our Ophion. That's another fun option, actually. You know what? Let's do that. Why not? There's a reason for this. Activate the effect. Drop you to the graveyard. Doesn't really matter which one you drop to the graveyard. I'll get the Kakyoin's ability in a little bit. Pandemic. Again, quick play can be used whenever the hell you want. Makes it so your monsters cannot be affected by spell or trap cards. So like if you try Raigeki, or like that, Hammer Shot. Look at this. Pandemic. Completely immune. Get that out of here. It's fantastic. Dark Hole? Nope. Raigeki? Nope. Just delete all of it. Good stuff. Hey, reinforcements of the army. Go ahead and pull Castor back to my hand. Not that I have anything else to really double summon with right now, but the option is of course there, so really good. Go ahead and target his card. Oh shit, I should have summoned. Yeah, whatever. There we go. Yeah, I really shouldn't be hammering the fast forward button too much so I can actually take care of each individual monster, but this is not too bad so. What is that face down he has? I wonder actually. It's been there like from the beginning. The hell are you? Oh, I don't even know what the hell this card is. I don't use a Acer decks. That's kind of not really my bag. And there you go. Fun shit. Again, this deck won't be 1% effective against low-level decks. Like, it can't block out Relinquish or Thousand Eyes Restrict. It can't block out rank 4 Xyz. But for the most part, this thing will actually do some good shit against a lot of opponents. As an example, I'm going to show how this thing works against Time Lords. Time Lords unfortunately can roll summon themselves, so it's not perfect, but if you can lock them down, game on, hell yes. Like that. So, as a start, this is looking like a good opening hand. Double summon Kakyoin. I should probably save Kakyoin for a little bit later, but it's not the worst deal in the world. All these face downs. I don't think he can destroy my back row with Time Lords, can he? I don't believe so. For those not familiar, Time Lords can actually screw up some decks pretty well if you so let them. So with that, pop this. Yeah, let's put Kakyoin down. Yeah, let's go with Pandemic. Or Infection, I guess. This thing can be destroyed, right? If your opponent controls the monsters, you can control this card. You control this card at one Time Lord. Okay, no protection or bouncing whatsoever. Got it. All good. So now the fun stuff. This deck does work pretty well against Time Lords. 5 options. That's pretty juicy right there, I would say. Don't need any of them right now. That I do need. That I definitely do need. What's a good option? Can be targeted destroyed by other card effects. Let's go ahead and pop that. I like how it immediately target the opponent's card. Always be careful of who you're targeting, boys. Always be careful of that. So, leveled... Oh yeah, that's right. This fucker, Manion. Okay, I'm going to Phoenix Chain him because that sounds pretty good. Go ahead and pop that. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and pop Infection to make sure I have that active. Yep, all good. And it's locked down. But Manion usually goes back to the deck at the end phase, but since I have him locked down with Phoenix Chain, he cannot do so. So that's pretty good stuff, I would say. Actually, I think Manion can bounce a bunch of shit. Let me go ahead and read this. Okay, so Manion is immune to battle and can't be destroyed by battle like that. So if I were to... actually, I wonder if it works when he's face up and not face down. Well, I mean, his effects is negated anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and try it. For funsies, why not? Nice. I did lose Phoenix Chain lockdown, but whatever. Actually, I think you can only control one Time Lord at a time, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, not a huge deal, but hey, it's an option. Why the hell not? So I'm going to go ahead and pop Safe Zone on Ophion to make sure he stays there. Good shit. Yeah, you can literally activate Thunderbird's effect whenever the hell you want. It's pretty much a quick play. Roz, I have no idea what this thing is, actually. So it spins my graveyard back to me. That's kind of impressive, actually. Let's go ahead and not have any of that, thank you very much. Book of Moon, again, stun. So much freaking stun. It's amazing. Alright, if I draw one more card, I'm gonna... Okay, Phoenix Chain. Yeah, that's fine. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with this. I'm gonna swing an Ophion and see if I can't go ahead and get this to work. Dead? Oh, nope, he's immune to battle, right. Okay, not a big deal. I can go ahead and Phoenix Chain him the next turn, so pretty good stuff. He about to bounce back? I think so. Let's go ahead and actually send Thunderbird back to my deck. So I can go ahead and bring up another card, like, yeah, Castor, why not? Gonna double summon whenever I get the chance. And my graveyard is back in my hand. Not a big freaking deal. No, yeah, who cares? I don't think I need any of these yet. If he swings, sure, but... Oh, there we go. MST? Okay. Alright, yep, okay. He's got me figured out. You... What do I do against you? His LP becomes 4,000. That's kind of strange. Okay. Very strange effect. I wasn't expecting that, but okay. Actually, if your attack points are 0, this might actually help me. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by other card effects. It's good, pretty good. It's not too bad. I think I can actually make this work pretty well, actually. Let's go and try it. The thing about, yeah, Time Lords can be unroll some of that tributes. That is an issue, but it's not a huge deal. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, let's go ahead and send it back. Send it back. Go ahead and bring out another caster in my hand. I just really want to make sure I have it on hand in case shit goes south. Gonna go ahead and head back to the deck. A singular face down. So this is the part where I say that, or I remind everyone that, yeah, I still have one more material. At this point, I can swing for games, so I'm fine with just burning that last material. Fun stuff. Bring up Pandemic. Completely immune to spell and trap cards now. So this deck is, yeah, I've just won. A Call of the Haunted. Oh, oh, okay, that I actually did not expect. This thing doesn't negate, I don't think. You can banish this card, you control. Nope, okay, it doesn't really do anything. That I'll admit, that was kind of hilarious. Just straight up. I think I can still attack that though, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's dead. Okay. I didn't even have to use Bahamut. I'm thinking about using Bahamut again on him, but nah. Well, that was fun. So yeah, that's essentially Evilswarms in a nutshell. This deck is really, really good at shutting down a lot of decks. Again, it's very... The problem with Evilswarms is that it's still very matchup dependent, so like you can't just cheese everything in the game with this, but you can cheese a lot of stuff. I would say there's enough cheese here that you can go ahead and shut down a lot of decks in the game. Like I'm pretty sure this worked pretty well against Dragon Rulers. Go ahead and shut those down, but it can't shut down the Xyz monsters that Dragon Rulers can bring out. So yeah, this is essentially a demo of Evilswarms. This deck is stupid, it's great, there's very few limited or banned cards in here. In fact, actually to this day, this deck is still pretty viable. I think maybe Exotenite is still banned. I'm not sure about that, but it could be the case. I think there's an argument to be made about that. But yeah, this deck is really, really fun. Go ahead and give it a shot if you want to. They're really easy to pull if you're playing Tech Force Special. Most of their cards are pulled from the Dual Terminals packs, so that's that if you are interested. And yeah, this deck is also fully usable today because very rarely do you need to summon anything more than like 2 Xyz monsters at a time. Like, if you summon Ophion with no Link monsters, you're totally fine. Like, this deck doesn't need much more than that. If you want to go ahead and go for Link summoning, bring out Ophion and maybe Bahamut to steal monsters. At most. I mean, that's about it. Yeah, if you're playing modern format, just change some stuff around. I'm certain there's more modern Evilswarm support you can use that will definitely bolster this deck something fierce. But yeah, that should just about do it. Alright, peace out guys. See you in crazy stuff next time when I review... I don't know, there's probably a joke to be made here, but I don't know.